Work like you don't need the money. Sing as if nobody is listening. Dance as if nobody is watching. And love like you've never been hurt before. Good afternoon, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Sanjiv Santhanam. I'm here to talk about something that everybody knows of. Something that all of us are leading. Any guesses?
Life.
It's called life. I started my speech with a very wonderful quote. How does it relate to the topic life? Well, it signifies that we look at life from a quantitative perspective as opposed to a qualitative one. How much money do I get for the work I do? How many people are listening to me sing or watching me dance? How much does my partner love me? All we think of is how much or how many. The consequence of this is that we remain dissatisfied in life. I'll discuss 3 problems with you that everybody knows of, but nobody wants to resolve. The biggest problem is that we place our happiness in other people's hands. Let me ask you a question. How many of us would love to stand like this and enjoy the rains? Okay. Now, how many of us would actually do this on the roads when there are hundreds of people walking by? Oh, we do have 1 or 2. The majority is none. I expected none out here. Anyway, we miss out on enjoying the wonderful rains because we think what other people might think of us. We fear that what other people might build some preconceived notions. What have I learned from this? I learned that I'm loved even when I'm completely by myself alone. I'm happy only if I don't allow anyone else to encroach upon my happiness. Let's go on to the second problem. The second problem is how we react to situations, especially within the family. I'm having breakfast with my wife and 7-year-old daughter. My daughter is playing with the plates and cups, and she ends up spilling coffee on my white shirt. I get very agitated because I was already getting late to office. I start screaming at her. She cries. I then scream at my wife for not paying attention to her. She doesn't cry. She tells me, "Don't you dare talk to me like that." I end up having a fight with her. I then go up, change into a new shirt, come back. I leave home without saying goodbye to my wife. I drop my daughter to school and I go to office late. I have a bad day in office. My wife has a bad day in office. And my daughter has one of her worst days in school. At night, no one is talking to each other. My wife and I don't talk to each other for another whole week just because of ego clashes between us. So for 1 whole week, there's a major emotional trauma in the family. Now let's see a different reaction to this. My daughter spills coffee on my white shirt. She says sorry and she's about to cry. I tell her, "Don't worry dear, it's okay. I'll handle it." I go up, I change into a new shirt. In the meanwhile, my wife makes sure that my daughter finishes her breakfast and is ready to go to school. I bid my wife goodbye, I drop my daughter to school, and I go to office a bit late. I have a good day in office, my wife has a good day in office, and my daughter is fine at school. Now what have we seen by this example? The solution to the problem was the same. I just had to change my shirt. But the way I react to it decides how my near future is going to be. So what have I learned from this now? 2 things. 1, the sun should never set up on an argument. Whatever fights or misunderstandings we might have should be resolved on the same day, else things could get worse. 2, family is worth more than money or gold. If things are not fine with your family, there's no use of earning lakhs or crores of rupees. Let's go on to the final problem. The final problem is called past. How many times do we face this situation in life? We're out with family and friends, we're having a good time, Then suddenly, we see something or someone that reminds us of the past. Our mood changes. We end up spoiling the time we had planned with the family and friends. Was this what we wanted? Definitely not. Why did all this happen? It happened because of the past. For those who believe in God, it is said that when He closes one door, He opens 10 other doors. But we are so engrossed in looking at that one closed door that we fail to realize that there are 10 other doors open. We can never change the past, and we don't know what future might have in store for us. So we should live for today. Like it said, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, hence it's called present. I'd like to end my speech with one final statement. You have only one life to live, so live it to the fullest. Over to you, Toastmaster.